A lot of headway made in the investigation, but over the next half hour I'll be focusing on how social media was used by these accused to get in touch, how all of them came together from different parts of the country using social media, how they planned, plotted and executed this attack using several apps. It's raised questions about monitoring, about the need to also ensure that many of these groups that promote violence are also constantly tracked. I'm going to be getting you more on that. I'll look at the headlines first. Key Parliament breach accused Lalit Jha remanded to 7-day police custody. Sources say Lalit destroyed all phones of the accused. BJP alleges TMC Lalit nexus. India allies protest outside Parliament against suspension of 14 MPs. Question why suspension of our MPs but no action against BJP MP Pratap Simha for issuing visitor pass to intruders. New Rajasthan Royals take charge. Bhajanlal Sharma forms new Rajasthan government. Diya Kumari, Premchand Bairwa take oath as deputies. Prime Minister leads big BJP show of strength. Supreme Court refuses to stay Allahabad High Court order allowing survey of Mathura's Eidgah Mosque in the Krishna Janmabhoomi site. Big tribute to Captain Cool MS Dhoni's contribution to cricket. BCCI retires jersey number 7 that belonged to the former Indian captain. And Sensex and Nifty 50 touch new all-time high. Sensex topped 71,000 points. Nifty gained 275 points. Thank you. Let's begin by getting you details of how social media was used by the accused to elaborately plan the Parliament security breach. It wasn't done in a day. It was planned for 2 years, and social media played a very active role in this. Here were rampant action call posts put up on Instagram to gather people who had a similar thinking, of the same mindset essentially. The accused, Sagar, who got the Parliament pass, was inside and jumped into the Lok Sabha, was one of the initial people, in fact, in that group. And then there was a WhatsApp group, Signal app was used to communicate. We break down for you the social media footprint that led to this crime.
An e-rickshaw driver from Lucknow in his late 20s. A 34-year-old jobless engineering graduate from Mysuru. An MPhil educated but unemployed activist from Haryana's Hisar. A sports enthusiast, son of farm laborers from a remote village in Maharashtra's Latur district. Originally from Bihar but residing in Kolkata, General Secretary of an unregistered non-profit. When India Today scrutinized the social media activities, the individuals responsible for Wednesday's breach at Parliament were found to share several commonalities. None of them engaged in any gainful employment. But all share a deep admiration for India's freedom hero, Bhagat Singh. All are drawn to revolutionary ideas, hold martyrs in high regard, and stand against populism. Sagar Sharma captured vaulting tables in the Lok Sabha. His digital trail reflects his admiration for Bhagat Singh. A reel he posted just before the breach declared whether he wins or loses, efforts must continue. Shinde wears his revolutionary ideology on his sleeves. Pictured himself wearing a Bhagat Singh shirt in a social media post, the image of the independence hero printed on the front of his bike. Neelam's social media accounts highlight her activism on various issues, from the now repealed farm laws to unemployment and inflation. Lalit Jha, the man who shot the video of Neelam and Amol's arrest outside and fled with their phones. His social media post expresses criticism of the BJP government's policies. Lalit Jha seen promoting the ideas of Subhash Chandra Bose, Fidel Castro and Chandrasekhar. He equally admires Swami Vivekanand and J. Krishnamurti.
वो बिल्कुल निर्दोष है। मेरा एक ही बेटा वो रिक्शा चलाता था, और कोई कुछ नहीं, बस वो देशभक्त के बारे में बात करता था, बस इसी बारे में हमको। वो बहुत अच्छा लड़का था।
ನನ್ನ ಮಗ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯವನು, ಪ್ರಾಮಾಣಿಕ, ಸತ್ಯ. ಒಂದು ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ನಾನು ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ತ್ಯಾಗ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅವನು ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದನ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳು ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ. ಈ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳು ಓದೇ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಈ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ತು ಅನ್ನೋದು ನನಗೆ.
सही किया भैया उसने, वो सिर्फ नौकरी के लिए लड़ रही थी भैया, नौकरी नहीं मिल रही थी, वो बहुत परेशान थी बेचारी, इतनी पढ़ी लिखी है, उसे नौकरी भी नहीं मिल रही थी। और जो कम पढ़े लिखे उसमें तो पैसे देकर लग रहे हैं, और इतनी पढ़ी लिखी है उसमें कोई नौकरी नहीं है, ये तो फिर पैसों का खेल है भैया।
The act they committed left their families in shock. Their digital footprints reveal that they were not strangers who joined hands overnight, constantly tagging one another and connected by a strong social media bond. With Shubham Tiwari and Akash Sharma, Bureau Report, India Today.
Let me break down for you the social media toolkit now that the cops so far have been able to identify. 3 apps largely that were used. It all began in Instagram. The accused met each other on a page called Deshbhakt88. There was a post put up citing Bhagat Singh, an action call post essentially. This was put up on October 2021, which is why we say the plan was made at least 1.5 years ago. The accused Lalit and Mahesh, remember both of them surrendered before the Delhi police last night. They responded to this call on Insta, putting comments saying we're interested. The big question, however, in this is who handled the Deshbhakt88 page. It doesn't look like it's any of the accused who are currently in police custody. So who is this person? And then there were questions about whether they originally planned this entire attack and these people were mere pawns. Then from Instagram, they shifted to WhatsApp, where a few people came together for a WhatsApp group called the Bhagat Singh fan page. It was on this group that you had people who showed interest on Instagram being brought in. There were a lot more than just the accused 6 people currently, but then when there was planning happening for the attack, and accused Sagar was part of this group. He was apparently playing a key role in starting the WhatsApp group as well. When the security breach started getting planned on WhatsApp, the initial plan was to have more than 5 people, but then it got condensed to lesser people. So on WhatsApp, people then started reducing the number of people on that group. So then from WhatsApp, they shifted to Signal. Why Signal app? Because this in fact is known to be extremely easy and safe in the sense that your data doesn't get leaked. So the accused were in touch on Signal. They made calls, messages, planned the security breach down to the T on Signal because they believed that this secure messaging app would help them in ensuring that their plan wouldn't get leaked. Amit Bajpai is joining us live with more details on this. Amit, the big question in this kind of a circumstance is about that Insta page. Now, while the police have been able to kind of map out how they got in touch, how really they met, because these are all accused from different parts of the country, the connecting link is Deshbhakt88. And we hear that cops so far haven't been able to establish where this Deshbhakt88 is based or who started this page.
Well, Akshita, what we know for a matter of fact that, all the 5 accused have been given the police custody. So they are going to remain in the police custody. And what is going to happen forward from here is that, first of all, the Delhi police is going to zero down the motive of these individuals who led to that major security lapse in the parliament, inside the parliament, outside the parliament. What you're pointing at, how the social media was used, how social media became the point, sort of a rallying point for these individuals from different parts of the country for coming together, getting connected on WhatsApp and then moving to Signal. All these things, and whether there was a larger conspiracy and who were the people, if at all, instigating them, that needs to be established as well. But the entire route to reach, to find out these particular aspects of this case, Parliament security breach case, the Delhi police is right now focusing on the fact that they have to zero down the mobile phones which were being used by these accused person, including Neelam, Amol, Lalit Jha, for that matter. And after the mobile phones are recovered, we will have more digital footprints coming out, digital data coming out, through which everything can be established as to who were the people behind the Instagram page, how they got to WhatsApp, whether only 6 people were part of that signal group through which communication was happening between these individuals, these accused in the parliament security breach case, or whether it was a larger conspiracy with more set of people behind the curtains working as the brain of the entire conspiracy, and these were the foot soldiers who were used in the case. So all these aspects will be investigated further, and for that Delhi police needs to zero down, find out those mobile phones and the digital devices which were used by these accused in the past few months.
Considering that accused
Akshita.
Lalit reportedly got rid of all the phones, but that's where the most crucial evidence perhaps is. Thanks very much, Amit, for getting us all of those details. So as we speak, of course, the investigation continues, and the cops now have also got accused Sagar's diary, which we've had access to. This is a 2015 diary which mentioned thoughts on revolution. It had patriotic poems in it. The same diary in 2021 also mentioned Sagar having some sort of rage in his head, saying, I don't know what to do with all of these emotions. He also spoke of leaving his house. All of this gives you a glimpse of who these accused were. They were extremely restless, unemployed. So is that where these ideas really stemmed from, or did someone misuse the thoughts that they had and ensure that it was directed in this kind of a direction in the form of this kind of a security breach?
They breached the parliament on December 13th, and one after another, the police are hunting down the conspirators. Breaking the parliament security network took nearly 2 years of meticulous planning, according to police sources. After the alleged mastermind Lalit Jha surrendered before the cops on Thursday night, the police have uncovered more explosive revelations. Sources say no phones were recovered from Jha since he had allegedly destroyed them in Rajasthan on the morning of December 14th, the day after breaching parliament security. He had fled to Rajasthan to meet his friend Mahesh, who allegedly gave him shelter for the night. Jha was a tutor in Kolkata. India Today tracked down his rented home in the city. Neighbors claimed Jha's parents left for Bihar on December 10th afternoon, and he left the same evening. One of the key accused, Sagar Sharma, penned a diary full of revolutionary thoughts back in 2015, years before he plotted the parliament breach. In 2021, he mentioned about the rage in his head and the determination to do something.
आखिर क्या वजह थी कि फ्लाइट्स के टिकट उसके पास मौजूद थे, वो कहां से आए थे? पुलिस इस दिशा में भी तफ्तीश कर रही है, क्योंकि इंटेलिजेंस को जो इनपुट मिले हैं उसमें जानकारी मिली है पूछताछ में, और घर वालों ने भी इस बारे में जिक्र किया है कि जब फ्लाइट्स के टिकट्स सागर के पास आए तो उससे पूछताछ भी की गई कि आखिर तुम्हारे पास इतना पैसा कहां से आया है.
Police sources say social media brought all the suspects together. Social media was used for recruitment for 2 years, with the first profile allegedly activated in October 2021 in the name of Deshbhakt 88. The conspirators allegedly used Bhagat Singh's ideology to connect people with the same mindset. The investigation is focusing on tracking down the real mastermind, if any. With Ashish Srivastav in Lucknow and Rajesh Saha in Kolkata, Bureau Report, India Today.
Now, the focus right now is on Lalit, identified as the main conspirator of this particular case. He surrendered before the Delhi police last night. But let's tell you what he's been doing since the breach incident to now, for the last 48 hours. On December 10th, this was before the security breach took place, Lalit was present in Gurugram along with all the other accused. They met in Gurugram at Vicky's residence, and accused Vicky and his wife have also been taken into custody. From there, he was present on December 13th at the spot where the attack took place. So he was standing outside Parliament, and his role was to videograph the incident. He videographed and caught on camera the incident involving Amol and Neelam outside Parliament. He had all the phones of the other accused with him. So once he finished doing that, because the police had no idea that he was involved, he managed to immediately flee from Delhi to Rajasthan. Where did he go in Rajasthan? He was staying with an aide, Mahesh. Now, Mahesh also surrendered before the police because he too was involved in the security breach. He wasn't there personally, but was part of the planning. Once he went to Rajasthan, Lalit went ahead and destroyed all the phones. Almost seems like the only reason he went to Rajasthan was to get rid of the phones, because after that, in a matter of 48 hours, essentially, he traveled to Rajasthan and then came back to Delhi to surrender before the Delhi police. Now, this is the sequence of what Lalit was up to in the last 48 hours. It throws up a lot of questions right now. Here's what doesn't add up. Why did Lalit destroy all the phones of the accused in Rajasthan? Now, the claim is that, these were unemployed, misguided youngsters who were involved in this crime. But clearly, there's a lot more than what meets the eye, especially perhaps that there's some evidence in the phone. Why did Lalit go to Rajasthan, then return 24 hours later and surrender? He was in Delhi, went to Rajasthan, then came back to Delhi and surrendered. So obviously there are questions about whether he went to Rajasthan to complete some pending mission, finished it and came back and surrendered. If Lalit was the mastermind, where did funding come from? Remember that two of the accused, Sagar and Manoranjan, travelled to Delhi previously, conducted a recce, went back home, then all of them gathered again, stayed for 3 days in Gurugram. All of this requires funding, and for an unemployed youth to be able to fund it, question mark is where did that come from? Who ran the Instagram handle that brought all the accused together? I told you about this earlier, an Instagram handle called Deshbhakt88. This is where all of them met. And nobody knows who's the admin who runs that Instagram page. That perhaps will give us more clarity on whether this is a much bigger conspiracy than what we know of currently. We're going to, of course, track all the latest that comes in on the investigation. Lalit is in 7-day police custody currently, so the interrogation continues of him and all the other accused. On the other side of a short break here on PM Prime, I'm also going to be focusing on the political showdown over the parliament security breach. Both houses were adjourned amid massive uproar, particularly over the suspension of opposition MPs.
Immersive journey into the heart of news, politics and insights that truly matter. Join India Today now on WhatsApp with the #1 election team as we gear up for the upcoming assembly elections. Scan the QR code on your screen now.
Join India Today now on WhatsApp. Follow these steps. Open WhatsApp on your phone. Check for a new updates tab. Select Find Channel and type India Today. After finding the channel, tap the Follow button.
We used to joke that during Corona, all of us became doctors. We learned so much about medicines. Now with the space missions, all of India, it's as if everybody is interested in the smallest detail that's going on. Does that put a pressure on you with a mission like Aditya L1, which is so difficult even if we talk about international missions? Yani, I'll also translate my question. क्या इससे आदित्य L1 जैसे मिशन के साथ आपके ऊपर दबाव पड़ता है ज्यादा, क्योंकि दुनिया भर में ये एक बहुत बड़ा कारनामा होगा?
Yeah. It's no pressure at all, but always it gives us more responsibility. That nation is looking at us at every detail, so we should be more responsible and give more to the nation. And we are very happy that we could inculcate some scientific temperament in the younger generation watching the space missions. So that way we are happy with it gives us energy to do more and more missions and more laurels to the country.
Welcome back. Let's get you all the latest on the political showdown that's been playing out in Parliament days after the security breach. Both houses were adjourned literally minutes after they convened today amid uproar from the opposition. MPs, the suspended ones, were seen protesting in front of the Gandhi statue in the Parliament premises. Remember, 14 opposition MPs, 1 in the Rajya Sabha, 13 in the Lok Sabha, were suspended yesterday. The Congress has questioned why there's been action against their MPs who stormed the well of the House, but no action against BJP MP Pratap Simha, who issued the visitor pass to the accused.
It's been 3 days since Parliament's security was breached. The opposition has scaled up its attacks on the Narendra Modi government over the breach, demanding a reply by the Union Home Minister. The only statement by Home Minister Shah on the issue came in an exclusive interview to India Today. He condemned the breach and accused the opposition of politicizing the serious incident.
ये बड़ा गंभीर मसला है और लोकसभा अध्यक्ष जी ने इसका गंभीर संज्ञान लिया है। विपक्ष इस पर राजनीति कर रहा है। मैं ऐसा नहीं कह रहा कि इसमें कहीं ना कहीं कोई चूक नहीं हुई। चूक निश्चित हुई, तभी तो घटना हुई है, परंतु इस पर राजनीति करे।
Opposition parliamentarians are upset that the Home Minister made the statement in a media interview at a time the House is in session.
मैं तो आज तक को बधाई दूंगा कि जो काम सदन नहीं कर पाया, कम से कम आज तक ने उनसे ये कहला तो दिया कि घटना हुई है, वरना तो देश के गृह मंत्री का इतिहास की भीषणतम घटना के बाद भी जहां पे सुरक्षा घेरा तोड़ दिया गया, कूद गया उसके अंदर और वहां स्मोक बम डाल दिए और गृह मंत्री जी कह रहे हैं उनकी कोई जिम्मेदारी नहीं।
The India Alliance members on Friday disrupted Parliament proceedings and forced adjournment till Monday. They are questioning the suspension of opposition MPs from Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. The opposition claims the government's hypocrisy is exposed as it expelled Mahua Moitra citing national security, but is shielding its own MP Pratap Simha, who issued the visitors' passes to the intruders. A protest was held by the suspended MPs and others in front of the Gandhi statue in Parliament.
This is supposed to be a parliamentary system. When Parliament is in session, the first place to which any government minister is accountable is Parliament. He should have come here and spoken. That could have diffused the entire crisis. How can the Home Minister feel that his principal channel for communication has to be the mass media rather than the actual Lok Sabha? He was elected to it. He should come here and tell the people.
Meanwhile, the BJP mounted an all-out attack on the TMC. Party's IT cell chief, Amit Malviya, posted pictures of alleged conspirator Lalit Jha with TMC leader Tapas Roy. Another picture of Jha with another TMC leader Rajesh Shukla was also shared. Tapas Roy has rejected the allegations.
এই যেটা বলছে যে আমার ঘনিষ্ঠ, আমি ললিত ঝা বলে কাউকে চিনি না, চেহারাতে নয় এবং নামে নয়। আমি ভাবছি যে এটাকে নিয়ে আমি ওরা তো কথায় কথায় হাইকোর্ট আর আদালত দেখায়, আমি ভাবছি যে টুইটটা এবার জোগাড় করে আমি হাইকোর্টে যাব।
As the BJP and the opposition get busy with blame game, the grave issue of parliament security is getting lost in the din. Bureau Report, India Today.
And let me bring in Paulami Saha also on this broadcast. Paulami, good evening. You've got, in fact, all of this drama that played out in Parliament today, making it literally impossible for both houses to function. But the question the opposition asks right now, Paulami, is whether any action will be taken against BJP MP Pratap Simha. Does that look likely at this point? Is there going to be any formal investigation against him at this point for issuing that visitor's pass?
Well, it seems unlikely at the moment, Akshita. If any action had to be taken against the BJP Member of Parliament, it would have been taken in the first instance itself. So far, we've only heard of Pratap Simha go to the Speaker and explain his position, what he knew in terms of the issuance of the visitor passes for Sagar and Manoranjan on 13th of December from his office. Top BJP leaders have spoken with him already, sought his explanation as well. I'm sure the inquiry committee set up under the purview of the CRPF DG Anish Dayal Singh will also speak with the Member of Parliament to, of course, piece together the sequence of events, whether any action is taken against him as a result of that inquiry and where that report is out. That remains to be seen. But the opposition believes that there are two different yardsticks that are being applied by the Speaker's office in this particular case. For instance, when it came to so-called compromising of national security, as the opposition alleges, when it was the case of Mahua Moitra for having given out her password and her login credentials, she was expelled from Parliament. And Pratap Simha, who in fact caused a situation which definitively compromised national security, no action has been taken against him, leave alone expulsion. He hasn't even been suspended, whereas members of Parliament who are questioning the government on this security breach and seeking answers as far as the ongoing investigation is concerned and how they'll keep Parliament secure in the future, those members of Parliament, just simply for reasons of questioning the government, are being suspended from the winter session of Parliament.
Very, very true. And that's what's being highlighted constantly by the opposition. Thanks, Paulami, for joining us. The expulsion of Mahua Moitra versus no action against BJP MP Pratap Simha. The suspension of 14 opposition MPs versus no action against BJP MP Pratap Simha. We'll see what plays out in Parliament on Monday as well. There's no doubt that the security breach showdown is going to continue in Parliament and questions will be asked to the opposition from the government and BJP MP Pratap Simha. We'll track the latest on that. Thanks very much for tuning in to this edition of 6 p.m. Prime. Have a great weekend ahead. Coming up on the other side of a short break is our exclusive conversation with actor Bobby Deol, who's flying high after the success of his film Animal. That's coming up in our special session of Agenda Aaj Tak.
मैं दिया कुमारी ईश्वर की शपथ लेती हूँ कि मैं विधि द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के प्रति सच्ची श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रखूंगी। मैं भारत की प्रभुत्ता और अखंडता अक्षुण्ण रखूंगी। मैं राजस्थान राज्य के उप मुख्यमंत्री के रूप में अपने कर्तव्यों का श्रद्धापूर्वक और शुद्ध अंतःकरण से निर्वहन करूंगी तथा मैं भय या पक्षपात, अनुराग या द्वेष के बिना सभी प्रकार के लोगों के प्रति संविधान और विधि के अनुसार न्याय करूंगी। मैं दिया कुमारी ईश्वर की शपथ लेती हूँ कि जो विषय राजस्थान राज्य के उप मुख्यमंत्री के रूप में मेरे विचार के लिए लाया जाएगा अथवा मुझे ज्ञात होगा, उसे किसी व्यक्ति या व्यक्तियों को तब के सिवाय जबकि ऐसे मंत्री के रूप में अपने कर्तव्यों के सम्यक निर्वहन के लिए ऐसा करना अपेक्षित हो, मैं प्रत्यक्ष अथवा अप्रत्यक्ष रूप से संसूचित या प्रकट नहीं करूंगी।
नमस्कार, एजेंडा आज तक में एक बार फिर से आप सभी का बहुत स्वागत है। इस देश में हम एक परिवर्तन का दौर देख रहे हैं। एक नई सोच, एक नई विचारधारा वाली पार्टी सत्ता पर पिछले 9 सालों से, अब तो 9.5 सालों से काबिज है। 2024 में चुनाव में जाने वाली है। शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में क्या बदलाव हो रहा है, इन सब पर चर्चा करने के लिए बेहद खास मेहमान, तालियों के साथ स्वागत कीजिए धर्मेंद्र प्रधान जी का। शिक्षा मंत्री, कौशल विकास मंत्री हमारे साथ यहाँ पर मंच पर मौजूद है। सर, पहला सवाल उस नाम से है जो हमने इस सेशन का किया है, भारतीयता की पाठ। आपकी सरकार की, आपकी सोच क्या है? शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में जो आप बदलाव ला रहे हैं उन पर एक एक करके चर्चा करेंगे, लेकिन जो बड़ी परिभाषा या सोच या विचारधारा आप शिक्षा क्षेत्र में ला रहे हैं, उसकी नींव और धारा किस तरफ जा रही है?
देखिए, हम लोग अभी आज़ादी का अमृत महोत्सव अभी पूरा किए। अभी प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने अमृत काल की अंदर सभी को आह्वान किया है 2047 तक भारत को एक विकसित देश बना के ही रहेंगे। कोई ऑप्शन हमारे सामने नहीं है। ये भारत की आवश्यकता सिर्फ नहीं है, ये दुनिया की आवश्यकता है। भारत जैसे एक संतुलित सभ्यता दुनिया की विकास की केंद्र बिंदु बने, इसीलिए हमें विकसित होना पड़ेगा, हमें आत्मनिर्भर होना पड़ेगा, हमें स्वावलंबी होना पड़ेगा, तब जाके दुनिया में एक सही संतुलन रहेगा। ये भारत की सभ्यता की सीख है। इसीलिए वो सारा विषय तब संभव होगा जब सभी चीज़ों की ये सारे रचना की केंद्र में शिक्षा है। शिक्षा सही होगा, शिक्षा की उपज सही निकलेंगे, शिक्षा की दिशा सही होगा, तो एक अपेक्षित समाज की जो कल्पना हम कर रहे हैं, एक डेवलप्ड कंट्री की हम कल्पना कर रहे हैं, उसी रास्ते में हम जा पाएंगे। उसी दिशा में आपने सही शब्द भी चुना। भारतीयता को ही बढ़ाने से ये कोई साम्राज्यवादी स्लोगन नहीं है, ये कोई अधिकारवाद का तत्व नहीं है, ये एक समावेशी, जिसके बारे में हम लोगों ने अभी G20 की मंच पे प्रधानमंत्री जी ने विश्व को इसी विषय के साथ इकट्ठा किया। हम संपूर्ण विश्व को एक परिवार मानते हैं।
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
इतने दिनों बाद का एक अचानक, मतलब बॉबी देओल सबके जहन में तो हमेशा रहे क्योंकि उनकी फिल्में हमारे साथ रहती हैं, पर आधी फिल्म चली जाने के बाद एक व्यक्ति जो एंट्री मारता है वो हीरो से ज्यादा उसकी चर्चा हो जाए, लॉर्ड बॉबी सब कहें, एंट्री सॉन्ग आपका चार्ट्स में नंबर 1 पर कहलाए, रील सबसे ज्यादा उसी गाने पर बनने लगे, किया कैसे आपने?
वो जब मैं कर रहा था वो सीन, तो Sandeep Reddy Wanga is a genius of a director, and he had found this Persian song, and he said, now you're going to, when the shot comes, you'll see Ranbir completely destroyed and the frame moves and you come and you're smiling and then you dance and that's your marriage happening. But there was no choreographer. So, and I'm a little shy dancer, so I said, अभी मैं कैसे करूँगा ये? तो मैं करने लगा तो बोलता नहीं